Hello and welcome back to the Swag Shack. This is episode 3. We did the station, we did the lift hill. This is Wes's original plot. We're looking at it right now because today we're going to go after his train. I'm not going to delete parts of his park and say, yeah, no, that wasn't good, so we're going to get rid of it. No, we're going to figure out ways to enhance it. So I deleted the train before doing all the transfer track and lift hills, but we're looking at it right now to kind of see what it does. Try to keep the heart of it part of the thing. So we got this little station, just a tiny little station. Oh, these ugly roofs. I have to say it every time. I'm a hater, and when I see these roof pieces used as stairs, I'm gonna hate them because we have path pieces to use for that situation, or track pieces. So many different things. Station's pretty simple. We'll keep it simple. There's not much we're gonna do on this end. We got a fence on the edge of the map. Nothing we can do there. So we'll figure things out. I think I'm going to play with the direction, but maybe keep this still the same-ish. But, I mean, we're not going over the track. So let's take a look at the new rendition, starting with we currently got built. Okay, so we've got our new version. The tracks were deleted. We're going to probably have to move a lot of foliage, too. That's going to be something on my mind, but there's no way we can go through this area by going over or going flat under, because it's not low enough to go flat under. So I think we're going to have to pull out and go wide and then potentially cut under this and then maybe keep on coming out and around. So let's figure out a layout. I am happier with this layout. One of my biggest pet peeves for railways is typically having inclines for no reason. For some reason, this area was elevated one tile, and it seemed like it was just because there's a station and maybe you wanted stairs up to it. In this circumstance, it did not play very well with the rest of the track, so I intended to drop the area, and then we'll come back and we'll make similar additions to what was previously there. I like to use regular pathway instead of invisible pathway, and then I'll stack path on top of it, corrupt it. But as for the route, it's very similar. We've got an out and back, basically tour to this area in the middle of the park, going back out underneath an inversion, coming across the inversion as well. You'll notice now we've got some areas where it's elevated off the cliffside, so it'd be a fun area to potentially throw in some supports to give the area a little bit more character than just regular cliffs the entire way. We could probably do something over here, or realistically raise this ground tile right here and just make it so it's not off the edge right over there. But over here I think it should be kind of a fun way to make a bridge. So that's what we're working with now. So what I'll do next is design the station area and clean up the pathway, and I guess throw in the pond that was here. I don't want to take too much character out of the park. So there was like a little pond right here, and we'll do that. that we have changed this train track and sort of the decorations around it. Hopefully, these changes make sense to you. We have basically redone the entrance area. We've got a great sign looking into the pathway where people are going to be like, oh, that's the Gold Railway, better head that way. The station is kind of the same as the original. I'll switch back to the original soon. You got your little water pond. I did spam some of the foliage to mimic what was previously there. Not a huge fan of the foliage on this map, but just did what I could to kind of keep the theme pretty similar. Instead of having that fences with the roofing, I made it sort of like a depot building, somewhat. You know, nothing crazy to it. And then the route that the train takes, you've got under the track, under the track, under the track, and then out and around. And then a great part is on the way back, the trains actually interact with each other near this bridge area. I just did a simple support structure. There's nothing much to it. I mean, it's not great, but you got to do something other than just leaving blank supports. So let's see how these trains look like when they pass by each other. Yeah, just, you know, a little interaction instead of keeping the train tracks apart. So, gonna be cool. Let's see if... Nah, it's probably not gonna interact, but, you know, these people get to watch that coaster fly over them. That's not bad. So, that's what I've got for you. Let's look at the original. I probably should save this before I move on. Okay, so I'll save it from this view. And then we'll load the other one. Okay, so this is the new one. And this was the older one. So I really do feel like the improvements in this area are pretty visible. I like kind of having all this foliage gone so you can see the station area. And it's got its own identity versus the foliage and everywhere else. It's a hidden away track, which is fine. You know, going through the forest is an okay thing. And the point of this is to get you to interact with the coaster. But if we go back to the new one, we really haven't changed the route that much. And certainly coming out onto the edge of the cliff and looking over the side would be an interesting perspective for the peeps too. And then we don't have that really awkward transition over the track. So that's what I've got for you in this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The next video will be determined in a few minutes after I'm done editing this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.